Hello to all. After being to PAWS, the animal shelter, last week, they advised me to also contact the city pound of Manila, and that's where I am right now. Now, I've been here yesterday as well to talk to Dr. Li Ascalon, who is the head vet at the city pound. Unfortunately, he was not able to give me permission to film because it's a governmental institution, so he sent me to the city hall to get a permission slip. And this was easier than I thought because I got it right here, my permission to shoot, as it's called. And yeah, that's been a lot easier than I thought, actually. You know, it's been a lot easier to be a journalist here in the Philippines than in Europe. Anyway, I'm gonna go inside. Hopefully the rain will not, get any harder today, because that would, sort of jeopardize to get a little tour here. We can see here that they don't only have dogs, but also chickens and roosters. I don't know if they belong to the city pound or that they just belong to the people who live in here, in the environment close by, in the neighborhood close by. They got some ducks and the roosters. And this here is the entrance of the place. Now, I'm not going to roll the camera when I'm walking in because Dr. Encarnacion is a little bit camera shy, as he says. So I'm going to, ease in a little bit, and yeah, we'll be back. Hey! YouTube? Yes, YouTube. It's almost impossible to talk into camera sometimes because all the people here are so enthusiastic when they see the camera. Anyway, this is what the entrance is. This here is Dr. Luis Encarnacion. Am I pronouncing it the right way?
Actually, Doc Louie Encarnacion.
Doc Louie.
Yes.
Okay, well. As I said before, I got the permission to do a little interview with him. And, Louis, why did you choose to be a veterinarian?
Actually, just a small boy. Always wanted to treat small animals like a rat or rabbit during my younger days. And to my son, even before, we have a lot of dogs, around 10 dogs before. And we don't have a vet who gonna treat our dogs. Every time our dog got sick, we got a problem where to bring the dog for the treatment. Until such time we found a pet clinic in Makati. That's why we started. From there, I get motivated to be a vet someday.
So can you tell a little bit about your activities here? What you do on a daily basis?
So for our daily basis, number one, take note. Here in the public and the government, we conduct public safety. When you say public safety, our main purpose is to eradicate rabies through mass vaccination. Each barangay, we go to each barangay to conduct mass vaccination for those people with those animals or pets or dogs and cats. Aside from that, we conduct regular mass castration and ligation for the purpose of depopulating the population of those animals.
Right. And how many types of animals do you have here? Is it only dogs? Because I can see some birds over there. Yeah, I saw some. When you're coming in, you see chickens and ducks and.
Those are my pets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also a pigeon lover.
Ah, okay. You fly pigeons.
Oh, just sort of flying outside.
You have dogs here. Like when it comes to governmental work, this is only dogs or cats as well? Other animals?
We only cater dogs. The cats we captured. After we neutered the animal, the cats, we release them outside.
Right. And how many dogs are staying here at the moment?
So far, there are around 50 dogs.
50.
50 dogs.
Is that the maximum capacity?
No.
Okay.
We can cater about 100 dogs.
Can you tell me? I'm interested about the history of it because that's one of the first thing that that I saw when I came to the Philippines is the amount of stray animals.
Yes.
Doctor, why are there so many strays in the Philippines?
Number one bird but very big problem is the irresponsible pet ownership. Problem is people doesn't want to listen or doesn't want to learn anymore. And we changed the we changed the, what do you call that, the age bracket. Right now, we're doing children, school children from ages 6 to 8 years old to 9 years old. While they're still young, we can still motivate them proper way to handle an animal, to take care of the dog or cat. When you have a dog, you take them inside your house, not outside your premises. Treat your animal as your part of your own family, not just a toy or something.
So when we see in these strays on the street here, are a lot of them actually been pets before? Who have
Yes.
been, so
A lot of them have been pet before. The problem is once the people get what in Tagalog we call nanawa, or they're not anymore like the dog, just they let them loose, or they let them loose.
So all of this here, they don't know me. The dogs don't know me. Start barking.
These dogs are for adoption.
All right.
These are already neutered pigs, vaccination. This is a special dog, tripod.
Oh wow.
He was born with no legs.
He was born this way. Wow.
As you can see, he's already neutered.
They all seem to be more or less the same appearance, right? Can you tell why do these are considered street dogs, no breed dogs, right?
Yes.
But they are genetically actually stronger than the ones with the breed. Little loud out there.
And this is my cats.
Oh, this is your personal, your pets.
Yeah, my pets.
Okay, right. So, so Louis, I can imagine like you see some horrible stuff, right?
Yes.
Dogs coming in and traumatized dogs in a bad condition.
Yes.
How do you handle that emotionally? Are you looking at it pure as a doctor because you have pets yourself? Obviously, you care about these animals.
Crying is not on my part, but I feel depressed, upset.
And how many? Because this is a colleague, right, of yours?
Yeah, that's
What-
my colleague,
Yeah.
Dr. Lorenzo.
Hi.
Hi, you're the new vet here. I understood
Yes.
yesterday, right? And how many people do you have working here in total?
So far, I have 12 staffs.
12. Yeah. And are they volunteers or is
No,
it really employees?
Regular employee of the government. We
Okay.
have a budget here, yearly. For the whole year, allocation for that.
And now this may be a sensitive question. If you don't want to answer it, then
Okay.
don't. But you know about animals being obviously there are a lot of strays. You have a maximum capacity here.
Yes.
Are there any animals being put down? You know when they're not getting adopted, what happens to them?
Okay, that's the sad part. In the Philippines, in the ordinance, we only have 3 days. 3 days for the owners to claim their animals. But here, I neglected that ordinance. I still waited for at least a month, waiting for the owner to keep up their dogs. But after a month, still no owner. I have no choice. That's the already prerogative that to put the animal down.
Oh, and you're saying 3 days. Is that something the government decides, or is this the policy within the city pound?
No, it's already a national law.
International law.
National law. And then the city ordinance also do it at 3 days. But in our case, the dog pound, I do it after 2 weeks or almost a month. I'm not I'm not putting down the animal within 3 days. It's still extending the time frame of that animal.
As long as possible.
Yes, as long as possible.
Right.
But the problem is, only a certain limit I cannot prolong anymore. Not all of them can be adopted, depending upon the behavior. Once the animal is aggressive or aggressive type, I have no choice.
Right.
You have to put it down.
So, what about the Philippine culture? A lot of the people here, they prefer to have expensive breeds. When I go to the mall, for example, I see these beautiful dogs with beautiful outfits on and everything. Why do they prefer expensive breeds instead of adopting a dog?
That's their prerogative. They probably, how do you call this? How do you say this? That's their style or their mood of having. Kasi once you have a purebred, well maintained like a Shih Tzu.
Is it like status?
Status symbol, sir. Status.
Right. Yeah. Same as in Europe in many cases. Yeah.
Here in Mandaluyong, aside from these dogs, we have another set of shelter there. Bum sniffing dogs. Bum sniffing, drug sniffing, and search and rescue dogs. The one we're using are not purebreds. This one, we train those dogs to be bum sniffing, search and rescue, and drug sniffing dogs.
Oh, really?
For the purpose
Wow.
of people motivating that they always tend that the purebred has the brains. This one has no brains. I reverse that. What do you call that? For the purpose of motivating those people, even though this dog don't look good, still it has brains. Once you motivate them and train them properly, they ask for a demonstration that the dog able to pump the pump within a matter of minutes.
Okay.
It's a purebred Ascal, and not a purebred. The one is competing with a pure Belgian Malinois. The Belgian took 2 minutes before he can detect the pump. My dog only took 1 minute.
Wow. Wow.
That's a pure Ascal or pure Aspin, Asong Pinoy. Oh.
That is actually funny because these street dogs, they are street smart here as I see it. For example, I have a little dog back home, a little mini pincher. Yeah. Well, he would be dead on the street here within a day, I think. Just hit by a car,
Yes.
Well, I can see that these dogs, these strays, they're actually street smart. They know where to find food. They know what people to approach. They know when to get out of the way when a motorcycle comes or a car comes. So yeah, what you're saying is that they're actually more intelligent than most of
They're more intelligent. They can compete with the purebreds. You can have a dog anytime you want. You can have a puppy anytime you want. The problem is taking the proper way to how to treat that animal. Once you own a puppy, it's a lifetime commitment, not a toy. After using it, just throw it away. That's why trying to impose in Mandaluyong, be a responsible owner, not a show off.
Right.
You take care of that puppy, and the puppy will take care of you later on.
Right.
If you how you treat the animal itself will treat you for as long as they live properly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we called our little dog, the mini pincher we have back home.
Yes.
He's at my parents' house. We call him Sigmund, after Sigmund Freud.
Okay.
Because he's like our psychiatrist. He's our therapist of the family.
Okay.
If you feel sad, he'll make you happy, and that's the amount of what you're saying is that the amount of care and love that you give to an
Yes.
animal, it will get returned.
Yes. The dog, although the dog cannot talk, they give unconditional love. For as long as they live, they give unconditional love. The dog knows when you're sad or you're depressed. They come near to you. Although they cannot talk, they try to be on your side for you to be just to be with you during your time of depression. See that?
Right. All right. Well, thank you. If you have anything more to say, when the camera is still
Okay,
rolling, right?
Okay, later.
Well, you're not that camera shy. You did all right.
Actually, I'm not already nose bleeding. Okay,
Thank you, Louie.
Okay, thank you.
See you.
Okay.
Goodbye, sir. Goodbye. Well, it's been a few days since I've been to the city pound here and interviewed with Li Ascalon, called Doc Louie, the head vet of this facility. Today I'm back to speak with one of the volunteers here. This is Li, and it's a Sunday morning today. You just finished your shift, right, as a volunteer. So can you tell me about the work that you've just done?
Well, a group of us go to the pound, the government pound on weekend mornings. I'm with the Sunday team, so we help the dogs get fed, give water, basically feeding, cleaning their areas, giving them exercise.
But can you tell us something maybe about your past? That where did this love and affection for animals?
I think it's not that. Yeah, well, it's not that deep. It's just that with animals, they don't have a voice, and who else would speak for them except humans and make the effort? Well, personally, when I was down and probably at my rock bottom, it's the animals. It's taking care or fostering a rescue that actually help, making you feel needed, finding a purpose.
There are animals here that sadly are not going to make it. How do you handle those emotions, like when an animal that's been traumatized or hurt very bad loses its life, or when an animal has to be euthanized, to be put down?
Always volunteering either in a shelter or in a pound when dealing with rescues, impounded animals. It takes its toll. It is emotionally taxing. But it's more infuriating, not really focusing on that they have to be euthanized, but the root of the problem, which is why did they end up in the pounds in the first place? And usually there are two reasons. They were caught free roaming in the streets. The second one would be the owners themselves surrender their pets. What infuriates me, what is frustrating perhaps for the other volunteers, is knowing that these dogs are, once they're in the pound, it's 99% chance of death row. Unfortunately, because in the Philippines, adoption is still not the first option. It is not a mainstream culture. And why do they end up in the pounds? It's because mainly of irresponsible pet ownership. Again, and mainly it's because of irresponsible pet owners.
So there's a lot of strays here. When you walk in the streets, you can see hundreds and thousands of them. Are you saying that most of these dogs and cats that we see were former pets?
Not just some of them would be, but then when in the Philippines, when you say strays or stray animals, technically not all of them would really be strays. Some of them would be pets. They have homes that they can go to. They have owners. It's just that they have irresponsible pet owners who just allow them to roam free.
So if you were in Parliament here in the Philippines, if you were a person with power, and you had just a fictional scenario, right? What would you change? What kind of policy would you implement here?
Probably screening before you could get a pet. The reason why there are a lot of irresponsible pet owners is because you're not screened. When you get a pet, you can't just get a pet. And especially with backyard breeders, where they're after your money, not after the welfare of the pets. If you notice in rescue groups or in animal welfare organizations, there is a screening prior to adoption. And if they're a responsible animal welfare group, they make sure that the animals that they adopt out or rehome are fixed, vaccinated, of sound health and behavior. Backyard breeders don't care if who adopts or who buys their pets. Probably they just care about the profit that goes to the money. So if you're not a licensed breeder, then the pet that you must have is spayed, neutered, and it's actually in the law. but it's not enforced.
Well, hopefully this video can make a contribution on educating people about pet ownership and responsible pet ownership. So thank you, thanks a lot, Li, for your time, and I wish you all the best. And I really respect what you guys are doing out here, helping
Okay.
the animals. It's
Thank you.
beautiful work you're doing.
Okay, thank you for having us.
Thank you.